What's up?
Saw, dude.
I saw. Sorry, I didn't go on that.
We are doing QnA day today.
Yes. How are you guys? We've missed you.
Are we teasing things today?
I think we should tease things today.
We should
I don't know.
What do you think we're teasing?
Yeah, what do you guys think we're teasing?
What do you think we've been up to? I know some of you members know.
Some of y'all have already seen it. So right away, sorry, Deaf Babe was saying hi, budding medium, and would love some tips on how you two developed your mediumship. I'm struggling a lot with confidence, etc. Did you use meditation, other techniques? Much love to you. What's up? Yeah, I still struggle with confidence issues and mediumship. I don't know if that ever fully goes away.
Yeah, but when you first start doing mediumship, it's a lot worse.
Yeah, it is a lot worse.
For me, I originally started with tarot because it's an easy way to get instant validation, because the tarot cards are going to validate things that you already feel about things. At the same time, you're also a lot of times reading either yourself or someone else, and when you're doing that, you get validation from them. So divination tools is a good way to help people connect with their abilities, because it helps you realize what your abilities are doing with a very physical media, because that's the kind of like issue that people have, is the transition from physically communicating to spiritually communicating with things. It's the I don't know what's actually happening, it should be only me inside my head type deal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I started doing like practicing witchcraft and doing deity work. So I started with that years ago, and I was already like talking to deities. I like played around with like tarot and did tarot readings and stuff like that. So I was already actively talking to like deities and doing deity work. So it was a very like easy like stepping stone for me. In terms of like developing my mediumship, M helped me a lot with that. But it was mostly just once I figured out the way in which I think, everything just clicked for me. So I didn't realize that I was doing mediumship when I was doing deity work already. Yeah. And I'm just literally being like, did you know that you think like this? And like, that is mediumship. And I went, no shit. And then things clicked. But I did a lot of practice of like watching paranormal investigation videos, doing like readings, just trying to, for like friends, just like on the low. Like I would just sit in Discord with people and like talk about like, I don't know, like read their spirit guides or give them a tarot reading, or like I would pretty much just have my friends or people let me use them as a guinea pig, because sometimes like you're gonna get things wrong, and that's totally okay. It's part of like the process, but I still have confidence issues to this day.
Yeah, so. And they say that they've done a lot of divination work, but you haven't seriously practiced mediumship until last summer. Use your divination tools to start practicing mediumship stuff. So like for me, I had a hard time translating like what was going on in my head as actual information, because I thought that I had to see things in order to be a medium, but I have claircognizant thoughts, and I didn't think that that was anything, because it's, when you're very claircognizant, it's very passive.
Yeah.
So when you start asking those sorts of questions with physical media, it helps you to realize what's going on in your head. So like initially I did with spirit guides, because spirit guides were easiest for me, and I can do it with my own spirit guides. So I was like, what does your energy signature feel like? So I would shuffle cards, and the physical connection of touching cards and shuffling them helped me to be like, I'm feeling the energy through the cards. So that helps bring out those gifts, but understanding the way in which you think is going to help you drastically.
Yeah. But also, what's up, everybody? What's up, Casey? Hope you're also having a great 4th. Yeah, happy 4th of July, everyone.
We should also thank
Allison.
Yeah.
Thank you for gifting a sub.
Before we even
we literally came and opened it, and we're like, oh, what the fuck?
Doing it again.
already on it. Jesus Christ.
It's like, hello, Ellison.
Yeah. So says I don't like reading friends because I always feel like I'm reading their deep dark secrets and calling them out with stuff.
It's worse when their parents ask you to read them and you're like,
yeah. If you guys watched the reading on Smoke and Mirrors where like we read my mom,
like I met Riker's mom in person for the first time, and then 3 days later I read her to Phil.
My mom has been asking me for readings for so long, and she is the one person that is like very hard for me to read because she is my mom and I'm so close to her that like it's hard for me to like drop my ego about it. So like she purchased like a spirit guide drawing from us and I did it, and I had to literally be like, this is a client, this is not my mother, because otherwise I was not going to be able to get through doing it. I'm fine reading friends. I struggle more with strangers because I feel like there's more pressure with strangers.
I feel the other way around.
Yeah, so it just very much depends, but
it also depends on what it is.
Yeah.
And do you ever get information unintentionally? Yeah. We went to the
speak of my mom.
We went to urgent care the other day because Riker like hurt their shoulder, and I saw this man there, and his wife just started talking to me about how he was lonely, and I couldn't do it. So, I did start crying in the urgent care office.
Yes. I mean,
Riker was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like,
we did on Monday. We went and did like a date day because it was our anniversary, and we were like sitting eating ice cream on this bench, and this dude walked by, and I was like, that dude's spirit guide looks exactly like him, but also like the purple dude from like I just like saw spirit guides, and so sometimes it just happens, but I don't ever like I don't know. I don't ever go up to people and I'm like, did you know that like this is your spirit guide? Because that's uncomfortable for me. So even if I get information, I keep it to myself.
Yeah. Unless people like want that. But before we get into more questions, we have some news.
Do we want to? What's it? I don't know what you're about to say, unless I do know what you're about to say.
You do. We talked about it. We're
okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know if we were also going to talk about how the fact that we rebranded, like we like have new channel artwork.
Yeah, we
on
did.
all our channels because we haven't.
We're still redoing this picture, I think, but it's still gonna look the same. It's gonna be different.
Probably different, but we have new
rebranded
artwork on Smoke and Mirrors and this channel.
What's up? Because we've rebranded, we've been working on some special things. First off, candles, because we've been telling you guys for a while that we've been working on an Etsy shop. But even more so than that, we're making merch. So we thought that we would spoil with some of it. If you're a patron or a member, you'll get early access to this. We're planning on this going on early access on Saturday.
Yeah.
And
then next Thursday, it'll be live for everyone.
Oh, we're doing next Saturday.
Oh, yeah, we're doing next Saturday. You're right.
We're going to do it through our reaction video.
Yeah, so next Saturday.
Next Saturday, we're going to release it to the public. So Saturday in 2 days. Yeah. We're going to release it to members and Patreon members for Haunted Smoke and Mirrors. So if you guys are in the tier, it's the $50 tier or higher on all of that, you'll get early access. If you want a sneak peek of what they all look like, all members of everything will get it.
Yeah, we'll get sneak peeks of things. So some of you on Saturday who were members in the Discord already got, and like were in the call with us, already saw some of it. But
we're still working on stuff.
Yeah, we've added more. So far we
can't help ourselves.
20 items.
I thought that was just for one of them.
No, that's
all of them.
That's
okay,
all.
Well, thank God. I was like,
because no. If you look at like, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 rows, so there are 20. We have 20 items, but we're adding more.
We need to fluff up Meddling mediums a bit, but it's gonna be like branded merch.
Yeah.
So we're gonna show you. We want to show them one.
Yeah. Should we show them this one?
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is the most hype one.
We're showing you a Haunted Smoke and Mirrors one because we're still working on Meddling medium stuff.
Yeah, but what we're gonna be dropping first is like our like essentials collection. So this will be like around for a long time.
It'll be up
because we already can't decide what to like shoes for things. You can see the reflection. Not enough. Shh. No, you can't. My head's blocking it.
Here, I should fix this.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe you shouldn't tell the secrets of the world. Now
Yeah.
you'll be able to see.
But let me hold on. Let me do this so I don't
It's just so hard getting on this map.
like.
Okay, I got it.
Sorry, I'm just changing things so I can like show you guys.
Look at it without giving everything away.
Yeah, and I just want to. I like that puppy cam is still like.
An option.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna move us down here. But are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? What bam? What bam? What bam?
Give us your thoughts. What do you think?
Thoughts, opinions. This is one of the hoodies that we are going to put out.
Yeah, this is for our Hana Smoke and
yeah.
Mirrors collection.
This is the front. This is the back.
Show them some colors.
Oh, don't worry, I was going to. It comes in a variety of colors. So it comes in black. It comes in dark chocolate, a forest green, which
It's beautiful.
I love green. A maroon, navy, which the
Navy is
looks
beautiful.
the maroon is also really fucking nice. Like, look at that. Purple, and then it even comes with like a gray.
The gray. Ooh, I need it. Symbolism.
So
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs. Let's see. A butterfly. Butterflies are a big like sign and symbol for both of us. I literally also have a butterfly tattooed on me.
It deals with like the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
So our spirit guides give us that symbol all the time.
Yeah. This honestly, the like sculpture and the flowers was an accident that just like
Put itself together.
came together. We got time illusions because of what we do. We got a mirror, smoke and mirrors, hourglass, keys. We got some moons, crystals. I chose a dagger because it's also kind of like a tarot suit type thing. Skull, a little pentacle, pentagram, some bones, some eyes. It's just kind of like
the stars are from our original branding.
yeah.
No, the other stars.
Oh,
The 3 stars.
Oh yeah, the 3 stars. Yeah, so there's some homages there, and then you can't really see it,
The
but
side
on the sleeves, some of these icons from here are also
on the sleeves.
on the sleeves. Now I just want to show them more.
No, we can't show them. They have to join members. They'll get it tomorrow. Or the day after. The day after.
We should show them one more.
Or just show them. Okay, I thought you were still on it. I was like,
No. I moved. Do we show them? Like, because people were talking about this. Do we show them this?
What do you want to see? You want to see a hat? What other options you got?
We have hats. We have t-shirts. We have some like sweatpants, joggers. We have long sleeve shirts.
I
and
feel like show them the
sweatshirts.
hat.
Hat? Which hat?
The hat that you were showing us.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Join the members to get teasers.
There we go. Ready? You guys want to see? You want to see the hat? You want to see a hat?
It's an embroidered beanie.
It's an embroidered beanie with our little moth on it,
Mm-hmm.
and it comes in black and blue. And it's simple, but it's super cool.
It's embroidered, so it's cool.
Yeah.
That's adorable. Socks.
We may or may not have socks, but
That's all you get. You're gonna
That's all
have
you
to
get.
join members.
there are 18 more. Those you saw 2 out of
saw
the 20. I'm just saying.
I need this beanie so much.
This is
It's
the
a
models are like stock.
mm-hmm.
It's like the stock thing because we're going through.
It's a print on demand
yeah.
site.
So we're going through a print on demand site, but it'll be
So,
like we
They
have
already
like
have
our
pictures and everything, and they just like
yeah.
put like the picture on it. So they print it, they ship it. We
Yeah.
just give them the design to print on it.
Yeah, so eventually we will like replace the everything with like our own photography, but like we'll model stuff. I might try to see if I can like
Get your friends.
get my friends, some of my friends to model for us, because I think it would be lit.
I may not be a medium, but I prefer 3XL. We will have plus sizes in
So like
select styles.
yeah, like that hoodie that I showed you guys, that goes from a small all the way up to a 5XL. So they make good sizing.
Yeah, for most of it, because some of the products won't come in that because they source it from other companies.
Yeah, but we
try to pick the ones with that has the most accessibility for sizes.
Yeah, so we tried very hard to like do everything.
Is there international delivery?
Yes, there is international. There's international shipping, and to I think worldwide it says. I'll have to like double and triple check, but yeah, we like there's international shipping because we also wanted to make sure that everyone could get it.
Yeah. I plan to upgrade my tier, but it said it would charge on the 5th, so waiting until tomorrow. We aren't releasing the early access until Saturday.
Yeah.
Because we're still going to work on stuff tomorrow, and then we're going to release it on early access to members and Patreon on Saturday.
Yeah.
And you'll have access to it for a week, and then the next Saturday, the public will have it.
Yeah.
So
we have a good amount of stuff coming. Like we got some like t-shirts if you're into t-shirts. We have some hoodies. We have hats.
Oh, I didn't know that shirt came in pink.
Which one?
The first one.
This one?
The neck.
This one? Yeah. You asked for pink, so I made it for you in pink.
It's very cute. There's a lot of pink. It's literally just all the colors that I need.
Yeah,
pink,
the maroon and pink.
Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just all of our designs just look good on those 3 colors. And the like jewel green.
Yeah. Are you guys earth signs? No. I'm a water sign.
Fire sign.
I'm water, she's fire. So we should be Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
I can't
Halloween
join Discord for some reason.
You should. I think you need, if you make sure you're like synced, your like Discord is connected to your YouTube. It should automatically put you in if you're like subbed or like a member. But there's I can find posts, but yeah, M is an Aries and I am a Scorpio. Yes, correct. Going to be broke. Listen, we're going to be broke ourselves. We literally for the last several days have just been like, what are we gonna get? Because we
I can't even choose what color, and it'd be dumb for me to have 40 hoodies of the same design in every color.
Yeah, so. But I want the same design. I want one of each in every color.
Oh, they have pink Halloween things. I needed to make an altar at Michael's.
I love Michael's Halloween collections. It's always so good. I always get so much shit. Like half of the stuff that is like in our like podcast background,
it's from Michael.
Is from Michael. Is from like Michael's Halloween. I know someone commented asking like who like decorated it, and I was like, we did.
Thanks to Michael.
Michael should sponsor us solely for Halloween because half of that shit is from Michael.
Well, they should just sponsor us because we're gonna do a lot of crafting stuff.
Michael's, if you're listening, you should sponsor us. Thank you.
But yeah, for the candles, because I know we've talked about candles, we are going to be doing 2 custom candles that you should be able to order.
Yes.
It is going to be a custom spirit guide candle, so we will intuitively pick one of your spirit guides, unless you have one that you would like to request us to do instead. And we make a candle that represents that spirit guide. So we're going to add like crystals, herbs, charms to the top of it, make it a certain color, make it a certain scent to embody your spirit guide. And we also have deity candles where we can either identify a deity for you and create a custom candle based on their essence in the same way. Or you can tell us about a deity that you want us to do that for.
So like Candy already got one, and we already like custom... like
we picked
out
all the pieces and we ordered them.
Yes, we've already ordered them, so they're on their way.
Yeah.
So since she got early access and bought one, you just ordered a deity count. We're gonna have to get stuff for Kayla now too. I'm so excited.
And people have early access to our Etsy shop. So the $50 tier and higher have access to Etsy. There's a post on there, so there's limited stock of that. For the merch, there's not going to be limited stock.
Yeah.
So when it goes out to the public, there's still going to be stock left.
Yeah.
I don't know how that will work for Etsy, but that's going to be released to the public. The Etsy store is going to release to the public on Monday because the video is going to go out, and yeah.
So also we filmed part of our unboxing of another fan mail unboxing this week because we got to like pick everything up from the PO box. So thank you guys again for things, especially R. James and Kayla, because holy shit.
Because you're the one we opened.
We should show them R. James.
Yeah, the Funko Pops.
Yeah, because they're so cute.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get them or do you want me to? Okay. R. James got us custom Funko Pops that look like us. And I need you guys to see how fucking cute we are. Look at this.
Aren't they cool? They have like
Look
we have
at
little
this.
ghosts too.
There's little ghosts that come with it. I'm holding headphones and a little like art like paint palette, and M's holding a camera and the paintbrush to go with it. Like, oh, isn't it so cute?
It's so cute.
It's so cute. So yeah, if you also have like fan art or things that you want to like send us, we have a PO box
Members have access to that as well.
that from members. So some of you guys have already sent us things, and we're already like,
we got 3 tarot decks. Well, okay, we got a tarot deck and 2 oracle decks from Kayla that we're gonna use on stream so you guys can see them. They're very pretty.
yeah, like we got
like fallen.
yeah. Kayla sent us a bunch of like, I don't know. You guys also keep sending us stuff for our pets, and I die every single time. They love everything so much. Kayla got the pets toys, and Yui's been absolutely loving her little squid.
Yeah, she loves it. So
yeah, and those videos, we film our unboxings for them, and those are available for all members on whether you're on Smoke and Mirrors or Meddling Mediums. Which also, since we're talking about it, I'm gonna talk real quick about the difference between Smoke and Mirrors Patreon and Meddling Mediums whatchamacallit members.
YouTube
Yeah.
members.
So if you're more just into like ghost hunting, paranormal, and aren't as into like the full like, spiritual, metaphysical, like mediumship side of things, you can like Meddling Mediums is what you're into. But if you're more interested in like mediumship, developing that, any of that stuff, you're gonna want to go to
On a Smoke and Mirrors.
Mirrors Patreon. Yeah. Also, it was that bad to the bone. How are you doing? So yeah, those are the differences between the two of them. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just excited. We have a lot of things going on. I'm excited to order things for Kayla's candle now and make Kayla's candle.
Gosh. Which candle did she get?
She got a deity candle. I
Oh,
think.
you got a deity candle?
Yeah.
What's
Hey,
up,
R.
R. James?
James. Shit, here, thanks for reading. Love you, R. James. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Thank you for the super chat.
Thanks again for reading me of filth with my deity reading, Raker. Love you
Yeah.
both.
Deity candle.
Yeah. So
Oh, and we just get to pick one. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited.
if you guys are interested in candles and have any allergies as well, please let us know.
Yeah. Or if there's like any sense that you absolutely fucking hate in candles, you can also let us know.
There's a personalization box.
Yes.
Please let us know.
Yeah.
But we're making you full custom candles if you are interested in that. But we're doing a Q&A. I know I said that in the beginning. I didn't realize we were going to go on that big of a tangent, but we're doing a Q&A. So if you have questions about us, our lives, metaphysical stuff, mediumship stuff, paranormal stuff, ghosty stuff, let us know.
Yeah, sorry about the wrong pronouns. I'm old and still learning. No, you're totally good. My post was not directed at you in any ways. I've been telling M for weeks, like, I feel like I should do this. Like, it has nothing to do with you. And it also is not like anything to like anyone who like has misgendered me. I'm not upset. I'm not angry
You should
at
also
you guys.
like address I don't know if everyone knows what you're talking about.
So I put out a post. So that pretty much says, in case you guys didn't know, I am non-binary and I use they them pronouns. So I was just letting everyone know and asking for people to use they them pronouns. If you have used she her for me in the past, I'm not offended. I'm not mad. I don't think anyone has done it out of malice, like, ever. Especially in this community, you guys are like way too nice for everything, so I'm not like upset about anything. So I just like, I don't know, I'm pretty chill with it. I'm not gonna like yell at you, but we have had a lot of new people, especially over the last couple months, come in, so I just wanted to like let everyone know, so people know, because
I don't think people knew.
Yeah, so I'm someone who
It's
like
not something we talked about.
Yeah, and I don't yell. I'm a towel. I am a towel. Yes, you're also a towel. But yeah, I'm not someone who will like yell at you unless like you like come in and like are purposely being an asshole about it. Then we'll have issues. Like, we'll have issues if that's the case. But if you just like accidentally slip up, I'm not gonna be. I'm not a dick about it. I understand.
Okay, so questions.
Yeah,
First off,
QnA.
hey, newish member here. Wanting to say hi and congrats. Normally, I'm a lurker. Want to ask if you can tell if you actually see spirits or if it's something else. That is a loaded question, I'm gonna say first of all. I would say a lot of people don't even realize they're doing it because they feel like they're like not actually seeing things, because that's how I experience it.
Yeah.
So I'm the type of person that like I feel like I see someone standing in front of me, but my brain like thinks that I'm not actually seeing them.
Mhm.
So the example I like to give people is it's like I will be upstairs in like I went on vacation, I was upstairs. Everyone in my cabin, like my family, was out doing things. So I was home alone. I walked down the stairs and I feel like I saw someone standing in the kitchen. And I walk past the kitchen and get to the door. And when I get to the front door, I'm like, no one's home who was standing in the kitchen. I walk back to the kitchen, no one's there. So my brain immediately is like, no one's here. That wasn't anything. I don't know what I'm talking about. And it's kind of like when you're like watching TV and then you turn the TV off and you can still see the like image on the TV, or if you're like looking at the screen and then you close your eyes and you can still see the image. I always would use that to tell myself I'm just used to seeing someone in the kitchen, so my brain just placed them there. But it was because I was in a state of mind where I was more open to seeing a soul. And then I realized that that was happening for a really long time. And I didn't realize that that was actually me seeing souls until another medium was like, is there this weird man in your cabin? Like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it depends on your gifts. And a lot of times people don't know that they're seeing things, even though they actually are.
Yeah. For me, I struggle to like, I don't know, if you just start describing like someone or something, it can be hard for me to like visualize it. So when I was like seeing things and I could like visualize what it looked like in detail, and I feel like that's especially when like we're doing like the drawing streams, like the amount of like detail that I see for like spirit guides is like not normal. I struggle a lot with like, for me, like I struggle a lot with just like pulling things out of my ass like that. So it made it a little bit easier, but I still like a lot of times second guess what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Just because I've been like seeing things since I was a kid. Like I think we talked about it on one of the podcasts, but like I have stories of like seeing things and like literally since I was a child. Yeah. But it was kind of always like brushed off as like kind of a like
you just have a strong imagination,
and so that's what I always thought. And then I realized that wasn't what was happening, because I've had a lot of really like weird like paranormal spiritual experiences since I was like a kid.
Yeah.
So,
and the person that asked that is nothing much. I feel like you have a lot of clairsentient abilities and can feel like presences in your space. So I feel like if you are seeing things, you first feel like someone is there. and it translates to visual information. But that's like the first thing you get is feeling. And it's very much like if I were to close my eyes, I can feel Riker standing next to me. It's that, but a soul instead of a physical living person. So you want to choose a question?
Yeah. Sorry, there's a lot of questions, so
we're not trying to skip you.
Yeah.
If we skip over your question, ask it again.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't expecting to have this many people in, especially during like 4th of July, because I thought you all would be like celebrating with people. We're celebrating this weekend.
Yeah.
Not
you know,
tonight.
adult things, because we have like jobs or things. Well, not
whatever. But I saw one that this I'll do Whittlekins because it's like, how did you find what's most comfortable for you gender wise? As I identify as gender fluid and I get dead named a lot and don't know if my masculine energy just has to do with a past life or something. That was something that I personally had like struggled with since I was like a teenager. Like I was probably like 13 when I started like feeling a type of way about gender. But I grew up in Utah and I grew up Mormon. So like gender, sexuality was not a thing I was like
you are assigned that and you stay that way.
So I didn't know that like it was an option until I literally like encountered like I didn't know that like being gay was a thing really until like I encountered like people at my school who were like openly gay and I was like, wait, that's a thing? Is that why I've been feeling that way for so long? That's wild. Made a lot of my like obsessions as a kid make a lot more sense. Like Shigo from Kim Possible, it made sense. So because I like how I grew up very like looking at like pictures of me from like high school, like before I left Utah, I look like a completely different person. Like Em has seen the pictures. Like I'm
very femme.
I used to wear dresses. I used to wear like full face of makeup. I would wear heels. I look like a Disney Channel star.
Yes, thank you.
Like
Disney Channel star.
Because especially because I used to be a competitive dancer, so like I would have like dance pics where like
long curly hair.
Maybe I'll show you guys a picture one day because I don't care. But I looked very, very different. So once I like left the bubble of Utah and moved to California where people didn't care as much about that shit, I started to like realize that I was feeling a type of way, but it was still very uncomfortable for me because I felt like I was like breaking rules or doing something wrong or I was wrong. So a lot of it was going through like I did like therapy to talk about it and it didn't work necessarily as like it didn't work back in like the day like I didn't like that therapist that I had, so I like kind of like it was very hard for me to like come into myself until I graduated high school and like went into like college and stuff. And sorry, you're getting my whole life story, but it kind of ties into my identity and who I am. But before I did content like this, I used to be a content creator on like Twitch and things. So like I streamed for years. I had like a YouTube channel. I did like a whole lot of things. So this, even though I'm newer to like this side of content, I'm not a like stranger to content creation in general, which is why it was kind of easy for me to also get back into it because I'd been wanting to for a while. But again, so once I could kind of like be myself and like I stopped feeling like I had to come out to everyone around me. Because like at first, like coming out to like my mom, like my family, even my friends, it felt like a lot of pressure. And then I just stopped coming out to people and it just became a thing that everyone knew. Like I'm sure most of you just knew immediately that I was gay.
I mean,
so that was just a thing. And then I went back and forth with like gender and like my original name is not Riker. Riker is my chosen name. So I had been like sitting with the name Riker since I was like 15. And the person I was dating before you're gay? I know, shocking.
You're gay.
I like came out to them with like the new name, and that's like where I like started with that. And I ended up taking testosterone. I microdosed testosterone for a while, for about 6 months. So my voice is also a lot lower than it used to be. Sometimes, like maybe again someday I'll let you guys hear what like my pre-testosterone voice looked like, because holy shit, it sounds so different. I sound like a girly girl, like girly pop. It's wild. So it just, I don't know. I had a lot of like struggle of worrying how other people were going to like view me, and then I found my new therapist who was fucking amazing. I talk about her a lot. I love her, and she helped me kind of like come to terms with it in a healthy way and figure out like what to do about it. I was with her while I was on testosterone, so I was like fully like safe and covered, and like because like obviously like hormone therapy changes like the chemistry in your brain, so I was like doing everything very much as by the book as I could. And then I just decided to stop giving a fuck. Because I knew that no matter what I do, there's going to be people who misgender me just because they don't know. Especially like I was like assigned female at birth. I unfortunately was graced with large. Yeah, you're good. I unfortunately was born with thick thighs and a big ass and big tits that I don't want. So people see that, and it's kind of hard for them to like not gender because of how society views it. So I always understand that I'm going to be like misgendered by people in like my everyday life, but I just choose to like let it be and just I am myself. People will like me for me regardless. I don't care if I care how you gender me, but if like a random stranger comes by and says like, oh, like, how are you ladies? I'm not gonna like be angry at them because half the time they don't know, and especially like society is like conditioned to that there were only two genders, so being like non-binary and using different pronouns is a very new thing relatively, which is why I try to be very like chill about it, because I had to learn about all of this at one point. So if you're not in that space at all, you might not know. So yeah, so I consider myself non-binary. I consider myself queer, lesbian. I go back and forth. I'm not a huge fan of like terminology or labels. I just use them so other people understand. So I'd also say I'm more gender fluid than non-binary, because I kind of like fluctuate. It kind of depends, but there's my life story. Sorry.
I'm she, her, since people are asking. That's all I know about that. Will you?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just like,
I don't know.
I'm just like, this is where we were before.
Okay, great. No, you're good. The questions are up.
Yeah,
people are engaging with what you're talking about.
Telling my entire life story.
Okay. How do you deal with fear when you start noticing your gifts and seeing spirit?
What was that question? Sorry.
How do you deal with fear when you started noticing your gifts and seeing spirit? When I first started doing this, I was scared, not of like spirit necessarily, but of like the weird, scary, dark things, which I assume is what you're talking about. And like going into like haunted places, and like people say that there's like demonic activity and they're gonna be very scary for you and all that sort of stuff. So in the beginning, once I started realizing I was a medium, one of my other medium friends started talking about how there was this weird like dark thing that was in my house that was like tapping on the cabinets of my kitchen. And it was weird because I just got cats, so I like thought that there were cats in my kitchen. So I would hear this tapping noise and I would go to the kitchen and be like, oh my god, my cats are like eating my food. and they wouldn't be in there. I would walk back into the living room where I was sitting, and they're both like dead asleep. And that's when my friend came in and was like, "There's this weird dark thing that's like tapping on your like cabinets of your kitchen." I'm like, "How do you know that? No one else knows that." So I was afraid because I was like, I don't know what that means. There's this dark thing. It's been like actively like causing paranormal activity in my house, blah, 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 whatever. And that's when I started talking to my spirit guides about it, because a lot of people say you need to surround yourself in white light. But what is white light? White light is faith. So when you think that spirit can like hurt you, attack you, attach themselves to you, do negative things to you, that is the opposite of white light. So if you believe that it is possible for a negative entity to hurt, harm, whatever you, a lot of times you are more so going to attract that energy to you. That is going to be more likely to happen in cases. But if you are under the impression that that can't happen, you have more of a protection over yourself, so that you are protecting yourself from those sort of entities and those sort of weird things. So that is how I started dealing with that. And it wasn't like a flip of the switch of like, oh, you can't do this to me. I actually started talking to the dark entities as a medium, because I've had so many people on the internet be like, you need to ignore them and they'll go away. But I was like, they're not going away. I'm going to talk to them and ask them why they're here. Yeah. And 90% of the time they told me it was because of something that I was going through.
Yeah.
And they were helping me deal with it.
Yeah. I don't feel like I don't know, because of how like I started with things, I was like open. Yeah, I wasn't like scared about any of it really. The most I've been like scared is when I'm actually at locations, if like something like spooky is happening. But even if I'm a little scared, I just know that I'm like protected and safe and nothing's gonna happen. And that trust is like what gets me through that. But I've never been like, I don't know, we talked about it in the Ouija board podcast, but I like played around with Ouija boards by myself in my room for years. Like, yeah. And specifically trying to talk to like Zozo and things. Like I did all of like, I broke like a lot of the rules of like the taboo scary stuff. So I just
I was around a lot of mediums that were afraid of that sort of stuff. Yeah, and were afraid of dark things and would tell me that they got like attacked by like dark entities. So I was like, oh, that's scary. This is happening to me. Yeah. And I had to learn that it wasn't scary by like talking to things.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of friends who like wanted to do things and like, let's talk to Zozo. But no one wanted to like be the person to like buy the Ouija board and do it. So I was always like the person where I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna actually get possessed. If I get possessed, like, that's wild.
That'll be a good story.
Yeah, because that's kind of how I feel about like I don't know, like even when we go to ghost like investigations, like I know people are always scared about getting scratched or things being thrown. I am like highly skeptical that will happen, because like not just because it hasn't happened to me, but I don't know.
Well, I just feel like things that are moving, people just don't realize it moved prior, or that they did something to move it. Or if you're talking about scratching, I was like, you might be scratched, like run into something and not realize it.
Like scratches, I feel like are so hard to like prove that like a spirit did it,
unless you're watching your arm.
Yeah, unless I'm like scratch me right here and I hold and my arm up.
Happens.
Yeah, if I did that and then it just magically appeared and like I didn't touch it or anything,
just here,
then I would be like,
holy shit.
I believe that, like, but like.
That's not happen,
especially when like I don't know, there's like scratches on like the neck right here. I'm like, that's such like a common place to like scratch, or like I don't know, especially like when you go to ghost locations, some of them there's like broken glass, it's like rough. Like it would be so easy to get scratched at those places. So
but a lot of times when we go to haunted places, there are other souls that are protecting you from things. Your spirit guides do that. Other souls know about you, so they are watching your back to make sure there's not some weird dude coming and fucking with you. So it's just an understanding of like dark entities are not necessarily bad. They're here for a purpose, and there are other souls around me making sure that everything is gonna go fine. 'Cause
Yeah.
no one's ever died from ghost hunting.
Yeah, and that goes into like if you believe in like God, source, like whatever you believe in, it's just knowing that you are like divinely protected, loved, you are safe, like no harm can come to you. Like that is like the most powerful of protections that you can like carry with you anywhere. Like I like wearing like crystals and stuff like that, but you do not need that. It's if it makes you feel better and like
If it gets your mind in the right
Yeah,
space,
then that
do it.
then great. But if like crystals aren't for you and you don't like
Yeah.
you don't really vibe with crystals, you don't have to you don't have to
It's
use them.
whatever
Yeah.
makes your mind believe it's happening.
Yeah.
So we just don't think it's possible to get hurt from ghost hunting. So because we don't think it's possible, that is the mentality we need. If you need something to
Yeah.
do that, like some sort of ritual, like a cleansing ritual. Oh, you can't follow me home because I just got cleansed. Then you have a cleansing ritual, and that helps
Yeah.
get your mentality that way.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
why when we I don't know, like in the Conjuring video that we just did, like the one thing our trying to be was like, I'm gonna levitate you, and was like trying to be scary, and I was like, I don't think you can.
Well, I feel like they were talking about, and I said this to the members.
Yeah.
I feel like they were talking about Carolyn Perry. Because they were talking about, like, that story of, like,
Yeah.
she hit the floor.
Next thing you know,
Yeah. I was like, go ahead, I opened the folder. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Anytime something is like, I'm gonna like hurt you, I'm like, no, you're not. Anyways.
Anyways. Do what you want.
Yeah.
Your turn. Pick a
My
question.
turn. Pick a question. I'll do Back to the Bones. Emin Riker, when was it you finally realized you had abilities? For me, I had a lot of experiences of like seeing things, hearing things, experiencing things as a child. Like my mom would tell stories about me from the age of like 2. Like once I could talk, I would talk to my like great uncle David, who passed away like when my mom was young, like long, long, long before I was ever born. And so I don't know. I had so many experiences, and I was always told like, oh yeah, like, you know, our family, like the women in our family have like a bit of like ability, which I've talked about before. I think it's so weird that people only talk about like women having like it only being like the women, because I think everyone does.
Stereotypically, women are more likely to be
Yeah.
mediums because they're more emotionally connected.
Yeah, which I think
That's
again
the
that
idea.
just like
I don't think that's true.
I don't think that's true. I think that just again ties into like stereotypical gender roles that society has like constructed to make you believe.
Yeah.
Um
Their mediumship just works differently.
yeah, if you want to hear my like social theory of it, I think that because society doesn't allow men to connect with their emotions or like be vulnerable in any way because of toxic like masculinity and things like that, I think that a lot of them are more closed off to those
Well,
types
yeah.
of things, and women are expected to be more emotional and more like in tune with their intuition.
Well, I feel like everyone has masculine and feminine energy.
Yeah, but because of like society, how society like genders people,
yeah.
like that is why I think that it's mostly women that you see, or like female presenting people that are more like intuitive. But I think it's just because men haven't been given the space to like be allowed to like experience that.
Well, they're given more ego.
Yeah, but so it was always just for me like, oh yeah, like we always like all of the family have like
So that would be a good podcast.
abilities and like things like that, but I was always kind of like, I don't know, it was always like pushed off for me, like it wasn't actually a thing, so I just kind of was closed off to it. And then I got into witchcraft, deity work, and then started to like learn more about psychic mediumship and how mediumship actually works, because I also thought mediumship was just like the clairvoyance that you see on TV, and I was like, well, I don't know if I believe that. Like I was very 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 skeptical of like of mediums before learning what mediumship actually was, because what TV like peddles you was very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was
Yeah.
kind of how I like realized I had abilities. It was just realizing that the things I had done and experienced since I was young actually did happen, and that was just things like that.
For me, I did not realize I had gifts until a few years ago, and I did it very publicly online because I started another business with another medium, and I did things associated to that, and that's when I started realizing the things that I was experiencing was me talking to souls. And even while it was happening, I was like, no, everyone can do this, I don't know what you're talking about. And I still am like that, but that's beside the point. But my gifts work in a very clear cognizant way, which is clear thoughts. So I get a lot of just absolutely just nothing else, just thoughts. There's no auditory inner monologue. There's no visual information. There's no feeling information. It's just, I already know this. I know this is happening. So when that is your strongest ability, it's very hard for you to like know you're experiencing mediumship information.
Yeah, and like it's hard to like validate that when it's just thoughts.
The people that are mediums that are in media that are recognized are the ones that saw dead people walking around while they were little. That's usually when they are like, I'm for sure a medium, I'm going to talk about it everywhere. So that's why a lot of people don't relate to them, because they're like, not everyone is that like visually fueled in the way that they think. So that affected me in developing my mediumship, because I was like, I have to see things, I have to clairvoyantly experience the world.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily need to see things, I just know things. So when I started reading tarot for people, because I was like, okay, I'm starting this metaphysical business, I need to like support it in some way, I started doing tarot readings. And everyone has psychic ability, so everyone has the ability to read tarot. I'm going to do that. And then I started perceiving someone sitting across from me when I was reading tarot for people. And it felt like there was someone sitting there, and they would tell me things that were not a part of the cards. And that's when I realized, that's when I started talking about it to other people and being like, so I've been reading tarot for 3 months. Is it normal for you to do this? And people were like, no. And I'm like, you're lying. I'm going to ask someone else. So I was under the impression that I was still a psychic, not talking to souls, and everything was fine. And till it started happening more and more, and my gifts started broadening more and more, and that's when I started like actually physically seeing spirits in my house and knowing that they were actually spirits and not just like me seeing things.
I used to like read tarot for like my friends like back in the day, like especially when I was mostly like doing witchcraft, because like I was in a little coven with my friends and little coven. And everyone would always comment about how my readings were so much more like scary accurate than everyone else's, and I didn't know why, because I was like, I'm just reading the tarot, and like if you guys have seen how I read tarot, like I don't necessarily read by like the meanings of like what the cards are. It's a lot more like intuitive based versus like
you use more of the like visual information.
The visual
the like meaning information.
Yeah, so everyone would just always talk about how like it was like so much more accurate than like everyone else's, and like it was crazy, and I was like, didn't know why, and literally until later, because then I was like, oh
yeah. But that's also like why I feel like everyone is a medium, because it's just about learning how you think and what your gifts are like in order for you to realize the passive information you've been receiving your whole life. Because like I did not have weird experiences when I was a child. I was surrounded by other people who were mediums that would just clairvoyantly see things and be like, there's a demon standing next to you. And I'm like, is there? That's great. What does he look like? And I would like do the cha-cha slide in the like energy space that they were seeing them in. Like I did not see it. I was not like, what is the word that people use? Sensitive. That was not me at all. I just was the one that was like, let me tell you all of my autistic information about mediums because I know a lot.
Yeah.
It's just about learning how you think.
Yeah. So. And yeah, everyone's a medium.
Everyone's a medium. We have a podcast on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Will you go down?
Yeah.
You go like back into, if you guys have questions, ready, set, go. We'll go to the bottom. If you didn't get your question answered, ask them again.
This person's asking if we can do.
Can you do a video about vampires? Like the vampires of New Orleans? What does that mean? Have you ever met anyone who said they were a vampire? I don't know what that means, but I've watched things on the TV that people say they're energy vampires.
Yeah,
is that what you're talking about?
I've seen that.
Where they like, it's really weird because I like saw this TV show and they're like, there's this dude doing this and like, I'm sucking the energy out of you. And I'm like, this is the skin of a killer, Bella.
This is the skin of a killer, Bella. Sorry, that's one of our echolalia things. Is this is the skin of a killer,
Skin of a killer, Bella.
We mostly say it about UA, which
our dog.
Maybe later we'll bring UA down and you guys can see how big she's getting.
She's gonna have a tantrum if we can pick her up.
Yeah, I haven't met anyone who says that they are a vampire, and I think that energy vampires are a thing, but I would be like genuinely concerned if like someone was saying that they were an actual vampire and like actually drinking blood or things. I don't know.
Not, like, is vampires a thing on other planets? Like, energetically?
Yeah, Jada, welcome back. Member for 4 months. What's up?
Read your question in a second.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't know. I have too much like cocky ego about that. So
why do you say that?
I don't know, because I think that like energy vampires are real, because I've been around people who like suck the energy out of you, but past like that point,
well, they're telling me things about it.
Like past that point, I'm like, I don't know, because like I don't know what you classify as a vampire, because in my mind a vampire is like someone who has fangs and sucks blood, and like I don't think that's necessarily what like a vampire would be, but I don't know, so that's why I'm like I have too much like ego sarcastic bullshit about it to like give a straight answer, because I'm like
they are telling me that vampires comes from like human culture, very very specifically, because there's like other mythological beasts that are like different than that, but like they're showing me I don't know how to explain it. They're like people that like, I don't know what the right word is, they like live away from society,
like hermits,
kind of. It's like not the word hermit, but it's someone like someone that's kind of like feral, like doesn't live in society. That's not the right word for it.
I know, I can't think of the word, but I know what you're talking about.
There was like a group of people, and they would like, before things were like written down, it was like spoken by mouth, because there's like this man telling me about it, and I feel like they were a part of like, I don't know if it's a tribe or like some sort of like group of people, but he has like this black outfit on the top of him, like something, it might be stained with blood, to be fucking honest, but they like make me feel like there was a group of people that would like prey upon, like they were like more
like animalistic.
Yeah, they were animalistic, and they were like cannibalistic.
Yeah, gotcha.
And people would spread rumors and stories, and it would change and morph into this idea of a vampire. Yeah. So that was the like idea of where it came from. Okay. Now
I want to do like more like research.
Yeah, because I know nothing about vampires.
Yeah.
I'm just asking like spirit of like, are vampires real? Are there vampires that like actually have fangs that suck people's blood and are like undead? And this man came forward, and this man is like smaller. He came from the time before things were written down, and I feel like he lived like on the outskirts of a societal based thing, like a village. He lived like in a cave or something with a group of other people, and people were afraid of him and they talked badly about them. I don't know if that's true.
Sorry, I'm doing like a quick like Wikipedia scan, but I'm not gonna be able to like look into it like right now, but it's just interesting.
Yeah, that's what they tell me about vampires.
Yeah.
So. How do I know what kind of spirit I am? So we believe that everyone has the everyone's soul is tied to something within the universe. So it's kind of like the universe is experiencing itself. So your soul may be associated to like things that help sustain life versus things that help sustain death or rebirth or things like that. Or you're a part of the gray area where you do both. A lot of times you'll be able to see that within your everyday life. One of the biggest signs, at least for a death soul, is that if you are a death soul or associated to death, you will cause a lot of change in other people's lives. But you are very good at adapting to change. Change happens to you a lot. You are used to it. You prepare for it. You are very adaptable. And when you go into other people's lives, especially people that you are not very much like, you don't relate to a lot, they don't understand you a lot, you change their life, and a lot of times those people leave after that happens. So I say that's one of the biggest ways to know if you are a death soul. If you are a life soul, life souls are very much they're very structured and very like in flow with like societal rules, and they're very much, they flow more into like the way humanity exists. Death souls a lot of times feel like they're misfits, but that idea of misfit can be on both sides depending on where you're, like, who you surround yourself with. So if you're a life soul surrounded by death souls, you may feel like a misfit in that sense. But with life souls, it's the opposite of that. You are very keen on, these are the rules need to stay this way. Having the change happen in your life is a bit different. So when you go through change, a lot of times it's scary, you don't like it, you are adverse to it. So that's one of the big ways to change, to know it. What's going on?
I'm reading about the origins of vampire beliefs, pathology, and how specifically decomposition.
Decomposition of what?
Of bodies.
Okay.
Sorry. This is fascinating to me because I almost went into forensic anthropology. So people lacked, they were very ignorant about the body's decomposition cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So, if a cadaver or someone didn't look like they thought a dead person would, they would assume vampirism.
Mm-hmm.
Or if like a body, like, gases from decomposition would also...
You're talking about when they like would bury them?
Yeah.
Thought that they were undead.
Well, not some of that, but some of it is also just like if their like body like looked abnormal, they would think that it was because of that they were a vampire, or if they like the gases when they would decompose or would start like accumulating, they would stab them and it would make like a groaning sound because the gases would release. So they were thinking that they were killing a vampire. That's where that
hilarious.
Came from. Yeah. I'll read more into that later. I don't want to get too distracted, but I just saw that and was like, ooh.
There was also a question associated to it that says, can you be both? And yes, you can be both. There's a lot of people that are gray area that deal with pushing the cycle. So you are a soul that connects life and death. So that is, if you are a gray area soul, a lot of times you feel like you get along with everyone and you feel very much like you can understand where everyone is coming from, and you don't really know where your place is because you feel like you get along with a lot of people, but you also feel misunderstood because you aren't around other gray area people. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it my turn to pick one?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just...
You might have to go up.
Yeah, Riker is doing the thing Bella did when trying to learn about Edward True. I saw someone asking how we knew we were soulmates.
That was a good time.
Did we do Jada's?
We didn't know.
Okay, we'll do Jada's, and then we'll do the how did we figure out we were soulmates?
How can you best let go of your expectations of how information comes through? I think my expectations have been blocking me and I'm not sure how to get around it. That
is a thing that like still gets me sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was just, I don't know, I had to like really come into everything very quickly
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because I, like, as some of you guys might know, I like started like fully knowing that I was a psychic medium January of last year. So it's been about a year and a half, a little over a year and a half that I've been like doing this. And I've been doing like content about it since like September. I guess a little bit before, but fully September. So it was a lot of just kind of trust falling and trusting what I was getting and knowing that you can be wrong regardless of what it is. There was like another medium the other day, like in a live that we were in, that was talking about saying that like a lot of mediums are wrong 60 to 75 or they're only correct 60 to 75% of the time. And I would say that is pretty true.
Yeah, because you're a human being. Even like me and Riker talking to each other, it's still an interpretation of what they're saying because I'm going to project my own opinions into everything that comes out of Riker's mouth.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with mediumship. But for my version of that answer, I feel like, because the answer I think you're looking for is how to tell the difference between when you're receiving mediumship information versus when it's you talking. So it is very much also about learning how it feels when you are trying to fill in the blanks with your expectations versus when the spirit is giving you that information. Because a lot of times when you are given information intuitively, it doesn't necessarily make sense to you, it just is. So the way I like to explain it to a lot of people is the way I did it for myself is if you have a like math problem and that's what your question is from your person that you're reading, that's the question you're asking spirit, your brain is going to start doing the work of the math problem. You're going to start writing out all of these pieces to receive the answer. That is you trying to figure it out versus spirit's just going to give you the answer. It doesn't need to do the work. So an example I can give for that is I had someone ask me, what do my children look like? And immediately I was like, you're going to have 3 children. This is going to be their personality. This is what they're going to look like. And I immediately got that information. I didn't have to think about it. But when I tried to do it for myself, I was like, okay, I have this colored hair. I have this colored eyes. My partner has this colored hair and this colored eyes. This is what they're going to look like because I look like this. They look like this. This together, that's what they look like. That's me doing the work to try to figure out the answer. But it's also going to be based upon how your gifts work. So you might have a different feeling when you get information, or they might talk in a different like dialect for you. It's about learning how your gifts work through experience of readings, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, how did y'all figure out you are soulmates?
We need a soulmate emote. Also, I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
Do you need me to get you like food or something?
I don't know. This is one of my normal things. It's what I'm experiencing right now. Yeah, you deal with throwing up. I deal with feeling like I'm gonna pass out. That's how I feel right now. So
throwing up is less scary than passing out.
I've passed out before.
That doesn't mean it's okay.
Scary.
Doesn't mean it's okay. Literally like 15 minutes before stream. Like
I was looking at the computer and it was just like, oh my god, I'm so dizzy.
Literally just suddenly just like, oh, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. And I was like,
yeah. Like, you have anxiety and throw up. I have anxiety and I pass out. So that's how I feel. So if you just see me and I'm just like, that's why. I just want to let you know. But soulmate things, go ahead.
Soulmate things. Oh, so it's funny because we were going on Monday we were going to talk about like the story of like how we met and soulmate things, but we didn't get around to it because we ended up just enjoying the day and it was fantastic.
Yeah, we were gonna go to the park, but we ended up going to a waterfall, and I was like, this is not going to work with the video.
Yeah, especially because we didn't bring lights or anything, so but it was great. But so Em and I met through the other like content that they started. And there was a like Patreon D&D game where me, Jaybird was in there, Vanessa was in there, Rosie was in there, and Roger Rammer, our other mod, was the DM. So we just started hanging out and playing D&D together.
Yeah.
As like a group, and we would all just like hang out, talk about spiritual stuff. It was fantastic. It was a great time. And then we started to see
the weird coincidental
like
similarities
between us. Like, we have the exact same headphones. I have a new chair, but I had pretty much like the same chair. We were both picky eaters. We had a lot of the same experiences. So
and like when we say that, like, for example, the way we eat food, we are picky in the same way. We eat the same things. Yeah. And we're autistic, so it's not like, oh, I don't eat just this thing. I could list less things that I like than I don't like.
Same. So we just started noticing those things, and then your Ascendant Master.
Yeah, my Ascendant Master spirit guide came forward.
And his name is Sebastian, and M started like telling me about him one of the days. And
I started seeing his face.
Yeah.
And I started seeing past lives that I had with him.
Yeah.
And it fucked me up.
Yeah, and the second that she started telling us about it, I was like, I feel like that's me. But I was like that is weird.
That's Riker's past life.
Yeah, I was like
Sebastian is.
Yeah, so I was like, that is weird. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that could be projecting.
Yeah.
And then like, I can't remember if I told you or you told me.
Well, what happened was, one of our other friends was talking about Ascendant Masters, and they were asking about their Ascendant Master, and I was like, oh, I'm just curious. I see this person, and they make me feel like if my spirit guide is an Ascendant Master, they're associated to a specific person in your life. Yeah. And this Ascendant Master is a like person that you experienced past lives with. So the reason why I was saying that too is because Sebastian, I would like go to sleep at night and I would dream about the past lives we had together. I would like see something on the street and I would have visions of the past lives we had together for months.
And I started having those exact same dreams without her telling me about them.
So when we started talking about them, we're like,
that's
how do you know weird. About the things that are going in my head that I told no one?
Yeah. So we were like, that's weird.
Past life things.
Yeah. So we like the Sebastian past life was like the like first one that really was like, hold up, wait a minute. So I was Sebastian, she was Becca. We had a life together.
We were lovers in that life.
Blah, 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 blah. And that was very much like we were strictly platonic friends. Like we played D&D, like we had never even like spent time one-on-one together. Like we were always just like hanging out with like our D&D group. Like that was just what that was. So then we were like, we started seeing this like man in each of our houses. We described him the same and we were like, who is this? Turns out it was Richard. If you guys know who our spirit guide or Richard is. And then we started seeing just past lives. Like
he would walk us through different past lives where
we had past lives together.
And half of the past lives we were like related sisters, we were friends, or we were in relationships. Like we were always together in every single one of these past lives, and every single past life we had the same sort of lesson or the same sort of idea that our soul would incarnate around. And it's very traumatic. It's very like gruesome, but it was still the same sort of idea, which is kind of where we came
up with the
idea of life souls and death
souls and like your soul type, because
we saw so many past lives of ourselves.
And we were seeing like the same things. We were experiencing them in the same way. Like
same way as Sebastian and Becca past life.
Yeah, it was a lot. So you're like, but maybe we're
second Sebastian was a very nice past life.
Very meet cute.
Compared to all of the really horrific past lives that we were experiencing prior to that.
Yeah. So that was even how we say so is like,
dude, Alexa can't even tell the difference between our voices apart.
yeah.
So half the time they're like, "Good evening, Riker," and it's me telling her to like do what I
get
want.
called Emily a lot. So yeah, then it was just like we knew that, and we were like, this is great, because Em had given me a reading, was like, you're supposed to be in a relationship with your twin flame, and they're gonna be like this, which she low-key described herself, like the personality traits, not necessarily much like how you look, but like
seeing things is hard for me.
yeah, but like very much personality. But I was like, okay, like I'm supposed to like meet my twin flame in like June and get into a relationship with them, like that's supposed to be a thing. Like, okay, so we were just very much like friends talking about that, and then everything happened, and then we ended up in a relationship a year ago.
When we started figuring out soulmate stuff, it was weird because I like was under the impression that the term soulmate was just any one of your like soul family members that like would be tied to your soul or you would incarnate with.
You should also tell them about the whole Prince Charming readings.
But with the soulmate idea, I thought that anyone that you normally incarnate around your soul family was considered a soulmate until I met Riker, and then I was like, oh, so a soulmate is your exact, it's like same, but different. It's like two puzzle pieces coming together. So the ways in which we are opposite are the ways in which are very complementary, so we fit into place together. So when you meet your soulmate, it comes from a place of complete and utter understanding that you have never gotten from anyone else, because the pieces in which are opposite are literally the things that fit in together. So for example, like when we sleep, Riker sleeps with like the comforter, I sleep with the sheet, because they are normally cold, I'm normally hot. It's kind of like our soul types. I deal with fire, Riker deals with smoke. Fire and smoke is always together. It never deviates from itself. But at the same time, there's other things that are with fire. Just as like a puzzle piece, more than one piece can fit into it. So we've also figured out that there is a third person that is our soulmate that usually is in spirit. And in spirit, they are the embodiment of heat. So you never have fire without heat.
Yeah, without heat.
So that is how you determine what your soulmate is, because you as a soul always incarnate or are always tied to this person's soul in the same way fire and smoke are. Does that make sense?
You know what's funny? I was so uncomfortable with the Prince Charming title for so long. But you need to tell them about that, because that happened years before we knew each other.
Yeah. So when I started my first business, we went to a like arboretum and we talked to trees, and that was the first time I got a reading from my friend who told me that I was going to find this Prince Charming and my life was going to absolutely change completely 180 around me. And like it was weird because they were like, I know you, so it's like weird that I'm seeing that, so I don't know if that's true. It's like, don't believe me. And then I went to another medium who was a complete stranger, literally like went to a metaphysical shop. They pulled 4 tarot cards, looked me in the face, and was like, so tell me about your relationship in this Prince Charming. And I was like, don't talk to me. And then I did a video with another tarot reader, and they were like, so tell me about this Prince Charming in your relationship. And I was like, I don't want to talk about it. It's not going to happen. And then my original friend's mom read me, and we were like, okay, this is going to be like for a exclusive video. So like keep it chill, whatever. And she looks me in the face and is like, so how's your relationship going? Who is this Prince Charming? I'm like, I will kill all of you. I did not ask for a relationship reading in any one of those at all, literally at all. And that was the only reading I got for the entirety of that year of when I started my first business.
Yeah, so literally it wasn't until like we started dating that you were like, yeah, so there's this Prince Charming reading I've been getting. I had no fucking idea.
Yeah, it's also funny because like when I first started doing tarot readings, my mom wanted to support me. And of course, since it's my mom, she gets two tarot readings, like two spreads. She got her first one and it was like about her like life or whatever. And then she was like, I want to know about my two lovely daughters. And I was like, great, now I get to tell my mom about my deep dark secrets. So her spirit guide, she has this rock spirit guide, and he was like, okay, everything needs to be organized or we're gonna lose it. So the first row was my sister and the bottom row was me. And he literally looked me in the face and was like, your mom is worried about your sister because your sister is an Aquarius and can't commit to anything and is chaotic as fuck. And you are the Virgo moon that has everything together. However, your sister is going to be the rock and your life is going to blow up in every aspect of that word. And I was like, how do you feel about that? And my mom was like, what do you mean? Are you okay? And I was like,
You're like,
you told me to read you. I don't know what to tell you, Mom. Yeah. So they told me my love life was going to be flipped upside down. They told me my job was going to be flipped upside down. And originally I thought it was because of my first business. Now we're here. Now I have 20 businesses. But literally for an entire year, anytime I got read, I got told about this Prince Charming that was going to come into my life and absolutely blow up everything that happened around it. And this spirit guide, whose name is Sebastian, who told me that he was my Akashic Records Ascended Master spirit guide, came in and I asked him his name and he specifically told me his name was Prince. And this Sebastian is Riker's past life and is telling me that Riker is Prince Charming. You're fucking welcome. 3 years later, I literally gave my mother a tarot reading saying my life was gonna blow up, and here we
are. Yeah. The second that like Sebastian came forward for me, I started getting like flashes of all of that, and I had been single for like a year. I was like chilling. I was like, I'm not gonna get into a relationship. I don't need to get into a relationship. I'm just gonna work on myself. And then Sebastian was like, what's up? I'm also a disaster gay. So I was immediately like hit with the, oh no, feelings. I'm gonna stay away. I'm gonna stay away from him as much as I can. Because I was like, it's not gonna happen. It's fine. I'm just like, it's just because like I'm single and going through it. And then, yeah, Emma was the first one to tell me that to say that they loved the other person. You cringe.
Yeah. And then we were in a relationship and I blew up my life. And
yeah. And then we dated for 3 months. Yeah. And then I moved in.
Yeah, I mean, the readings were right. It was really weird because when I started talking to Riker, like I said, soulmate bullshit. Your soulmate is the one person that understands every essence of your soul. So once you get that, you're like, oh, I didn't know this was possible. This is bad.
Wait, isn't there also a space cowboy connection? No, you're not losing it there.
That's one of our past
That's
lives.
one of the past lives too.
I'm the little green ball that helped Riker get into the Akashic Records. That's my primitive soul. I'm a little green ball that helped design fire and light. That's what my primordial soul does. Yeah,
so we have lots of past lives together, and that is how we figured out we were soulmates and how our relationship started, because it was like not an intentional thing at all.
Yeah, like, so we should make a podcast about that too.
I know that we have like past life
what?
I know that we have like we're gonna do a past life podcast where we talk about our
about soulmates.
About soulmates, yeah, that'd be cool.
Also, I think R. James super chatted us.
Yes, I will go to that. It was about you passing out.
Yeah, I know. I just know that they super chatted or whatever this. Does your passing out happen suddenly? Does your heart rate feel faster, but your blood pressure will be normal? It happens only in relation to stress and anxiety. And I've only passed out specifically. Sorry, that is a longer story than I thought I was gonna give you.
As a side note, Alex was someone who had to witness my like disaster day freaking out about all of it because he had access to my private Twitter where I was like,
You should give me access to your mind.
you don't have Twitter.
Yeah, I do.
You're not on Twitter.
Yeah, I am.
Show me right now.
I don't know my password.
Exactly. I read you all of those tweets already. I told you about all of them. I don't know why you're acting surprised.
Long story short, I have an anxiety disorder. So anytime I get too stressed out, anxious, whatever, I get really dizzy because I don't breathe and my heart rate goes really, really fast that I start blacking out.
I throw up.
It used to be really bad when I was younger, to the point where like I was like babysitting, like that was my job. I was like a nanny, and I had to call my mom and be like, so I can't drive home. Can you come pick me up because everything's turning white? And my mom thought I was like anemic because I don't like eating meat. And she thought it was like something because I'm like a girl problem things. It's anxiety based. So the only time I actually passed out was when I was getting my wisdom teeth out and they were telling me about all the horrible things that were gonna happen to my wisdom teeth things. And I like am sitting there like this and everything is white, like I can't see shit. And I like am sweating bullets because I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna pass out and die in here. I'm having an anxiety attack. So I tell the doctor that's telling us how the procedure's gonna go, I'm gonna pass out. And they're like, there's this so convenient bed thing next to you because we're in a dentist's office. And I remember getting up out of the chair and then I woke up in the bed because they like picked me up and put me in there because I was out immediately after that. And then when I got my wisdom teeth out because of I think it was the anesthetic. I feel like my body just reacts to anesthetic funny. But when I got my wisdom teeth out, I passed out multiple times in the garage while my mom was trying to move me from the car to the couch. So she likes to tell people that I wanted to sleep in the garage, and I was like, Mom, I was unconscious. I was passing out and you thought I was sleeping in there?
I've never passed out.
It's horrible. Your whole body, like, this might be a me thing, because it might be because I'm overstimulated, I'm autistic, but your whole body tingles, but not in a, like,
my body gets like that a lot of times if I, like stand up too fast, like, move too fast, do things, but I've never, like, fully passed out.
It doesn't go away.
Yeah.
And it, like, hurts when you pass out.
Yeah, I just always, my anxiety disorder affects my stomach. So I throw up a lot.
I don't think I have POTS because I think that's why you were asking. That's why I'm like, it's anxiety based. That's one of my more severe anxiety attacks.
Yeah.
Or panic attacks because differentiation, whatever. But I just want to make sure I answer that.
Yeah. Her mom honestly is hilarious. I love M's parents. They're fantastic.
Which comment are you reading?
Rainey's.
She sounds hilarious. She tells people that I fell asleep. She literally is like, you just wanted to sleep in the garage. And I'm like, Mom, every time I stood up, I would pass out. Why are you telling people that? Anyways, more questions.
We'll do deaf babes. We have fire entities in my culture, Palestinian Arab, called the jinn. They are extremely dangerous to work with. I was wondering if you've spoken to any. If not, what you pick up about them. I know a little bit about jinn. Not a whole lot. I just, like, know very loosely what they are.
Do you see one?
Yeah.
Can you describe them to me?
Seems like you see one.
I just want to know if you see the same one.
I see one that is like
You're seeing a different one. I can already tell. Go on. I'm
I
ready.
haven't even said anything.
I'm ready.
I don't know, they're like very like orangey yellow, like
Okay, no, you are seeing the same one. I'm ready. What else?
no, you seems like you have things to say, you say it.
No, tell me.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
You're an asshole. That's why I'm
Yeah.
laughing.
Yeah, they're very much there's okay, I don't know if you've played Baldur's Gate.
While you look that up.
But there's this dude in Baldur's Gate who is
Yeah.
a djinn. His name is Akabi, and he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
You literally spin a wheel and he scams you every single time unless you like pass an insight check. But if you look up, here I can just maybe share the link.
Yeah. This
He's more fiery than this, but I'm just like showing you like what it looks like if you like look it up, because I don't necessarily see like a full like human form.
yeah, he's like smaller. It's big.
So, yeah, okay. There you go. That's an image. But yeah, he's very like assholey, like
He's like this big for me. He has like a black hair
Mhm.
ponytail thing, and he's got like a little genie tail looking thing.
and he
The
turns you
reason
into
why I'm-
cheese. Yes.
The reason why I'm laughing is because he came forward and was like, "I would never work with the likes of you," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
I think literally we need to like start really playing Baldur's Gate, because
yeah,
literally
you
like,
should. That's cool.
yeah, he's in Act 3, so we'd have to get towards like enjoy the jackpot mewling curd. Sometimes sometimes he'll turn you into cheese. He'll turn you into a wheel of cheese.
Do you stay that way?
I've never had that happen to me.
KO.
I don't know. I've
yeah.
seen people. Yeah, if you really
Oh my god,
piss him off, he turns you into a wheel of cheese.
that is fantastic. Yeah, this Jin is like really funny. There's like, because I'm like asking him like, okay, so then who works with you? And he's like, people that want to evade the rules work with me, but they need to know how to play the game in order for me to pay mind to them. They're kind of like,
I feel like to me, it feels very like, you know how like the stereotypical like demon like or devil like you sign the contract for things like to like you can break rules if you sign the contract, and like there's like all of these like rules and like loops, holes and things you have to go through.
Things.
Yeah, that's what he feels like to me.
Yeah. He makes me feel like he tries to get things out of the contracts that he does, because he has to still follow the rules. They make me feel like he is like a glitch in the Matrix. Like he can change the coding of existence a bit, but only in a very specific way, and only when they are specifically allowed to, because there are things higher than them that have the ability to say no, that like mediate what they can do. So they like show me that they like this specific index of code. So if we were playing a video game and they wanted to change the video game, they have one little like code block that they can put in to change things in the game, and that's what they can strictly do. So you can talk to different kinds of jinn in order to get different code blocks. But a lot of times the like contractual things that they do, they try to get things out of it for themselves because they can't do like they're under someone's thumb. Does that make sense?
If you are familiar with Critical Role at all, specifically campaign 1 of Critical Role, Vox Machina, it's from, do you say what episodes you're in? What episode are you in? Appearances. Like, towards the end. He's first in episode 91 of the first campaign. The pact is very similar to me of Percival de Rollo's pact with Ipkesh. If you like know anything about that. Again, that is kind of like nerd signs and symbols. That's what they were telling me about it. Because this dude like very much like tried to like swindle extra things out of the like contract and
Yeah. It's like if you asked for wealth, they would try to get some of the wealth, or they would try to convince you that the wealth you're getting goes to you, but instead they're going to them. Because they can't just go and get it. They need to have some sort of exchange of energy in order to get things for themselves because they are under someone else's thumb. So, Jinn, it's like they want me to say they're like cursed spirits. They're like, they show me like a sigil that's like tied around them that like chains them to different things. So, if they want something out of it, they have to like do it through the things that are not tied to the sigil around them. Does that make sense?
mm-hmm.
So that is the way they explain it to me, but I don't know anything about Jinn specifically in a cultural basis.
Yeah. And then Kristen had a super chat. So thank you for the super chat. I'm going through a lot right now. Can you please tell me if my guides have anything to say to me?
Sorry, silence sometimes scares people.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm specifically silent is because they're showing me what's going on with you, and I'm trying to ask them questions about it.
I'm asking them, they're telling me things, but I'm like asking them questions about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they make me feel like the lining of your stomach and like esophagus hurts. I don't know if that makes sense. You can tell me I'm wrong. And it's just like creating a lot of anxiety and feeling like you don't have control over anything that's going on in your life or your body.
They just tell me that you're looking for answers in the wrong places. You're going about things in like the opposite way of what you should be doing, if that makes sense. To make me feel like you're like beating a dead horse, trying to make it work, like trying to make things work and better things. I don't see exactly like what's going on with you, but that's just what they're telling me of like you're looking in the wrong spot. Like you're looking over here when you need to be looking over there, because that's where the answers really are for you.
Yeah, because I feel like what's going on is distracting you to what you should be doing because you're worried about it not going the right way.
Yeah, and also a lot of times when we like read or like answer questions like that on stream, they like, I don't know, I don't get as much like specific information, just especially if it's like more personal. So I don't just like fully out your shit.
You also have a spirit guide, a new spirit guide. Is this true?
Yes.
And this.
Yes.
He's like white and transparent.
I was literally about to say
that. Because he's standing right here. He looks like very generic man-human shape. And then like top of him has this like white glow. And then the rest of him is just like transparent. That's why I can see his shape.
Yeah, that's who's talking to me. Literally.
He like, because like they're showing me what you're experiencing, which is like very not okay. And he just like put his hand on my shoulder and like it pulled everything out of it.
It makes sense why I'm not like getting that, because I have my own nausea issues, so that like would trigger a lot of things.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I think that was a true me saying you're looking in like the wrong place. Um,
He says that you are okay. The reason why he's transparent is because you are starting to see the world the way that it is, and it's not fair, and it's not fun, and it's not cool. And you feel misunderstood, and you feel like you've been misunderstood for a really, 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 really long time, not just during this period of your time, like life. And you, they make me feel like it's like you just felt like you just started your life, and now things are like getting messed up in it, and you don't know how to like feel present, and like you're regaining things. So he is showing you the light, and he is showing you how to be transparent with yourself.
what does a white spirit guide symbolize? She asked.
White spirit guides deal with adaptability. So if you understand white light is a combination of all of the colors. So that shows each one of those colors have a different associated meaning for me. You have a spirit guide that is like, I know how to work with all of these different ideas or topics in a perfectly synced way. So people that have white spirit guides have to be very adaptable, or need to be very adaptable in their life, and the spirit guide helps with that. They make me feel like every time you take 3 steps forward, you also are taking 10 steps back. But he's like, if you continue to take 3 steps forward and only continue to take 10 steps back, you're still moving forward. So he's like, you are like doubting yourself and saying, what's the point in going forward if I'm going to take 10 steps back? And he's like, you're still going to be 3 steps ahead because you're only consistently taking 10 steps back. It just feels like you're going upstream or against the current, and it sucks. But you're focused on the wrong parts. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
And it's very much because you're being pulled back, your brain just keeps saying, no, it's not working. I can't do this. This is horrible. This is the worst thing ever. And that mindset is making you feel like you can't go forward anymore. That's what he's helping you with. He's showing you that the wall in front of you is not there. It's transparent. You have the ability to go above the restrictions. But he makes me feel like, I don't know if you're having like some sort of weird spiritual awakening thing where you start seeing everything, and it's not going to feel comfortable of you doing this. It feels very much like, I understand everything, and I am so sick of playing the game.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. I just need to know what I need to focus on to get through it.
He says that you don't have control over what's going on. The only thing that you have control over is how you react to it, which is, I know, sounds like a bullshit answer. But what he showed me is, because I don't know, it was a bullshit answer that he gave me, because I was like, that's dumb, I can't say that. What he showed me is he showed me screaming in one side of my head, going through my head, and then turning into calm peacefulness. And he's like, changing your mentality is going to make everything easier. So he is talking about, when I get screaming, it deals with trauma. So he's like, you need to evaluate how this is triggering every ounce of your being and every ounce of your like past traumas, and work on those things so that you can strengthen your mentality. The more you can strengthen your mentality, the more resilient your body will be to things. So doesn't make sense that you should be focused on like shadow work and like emotional things in your head when you're dealing with something very physically. But he just keeps telling me about the story of manifestation of the man that like had I think it was TB, and he literally just told himself, I'm gonna survive this, it's not gonna be a problem, I'm healthy, whatever. That mentality helped him in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like changing your mentality by going through why I'm being triggered in every aspect of that word, because they're like, there's gonna be obvious triggers and then there's gonna be not as obvious triggers. Those are the things you need to focus on to move forward. Yes, that makes sense 100%. I feel like this might be part of a spiritual awakening. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why you have this crazy guide.
Yeah, I hope you also feel better because I know that that probably fucking sucks. So
Mm-hmm. Kick cancer's ass.
yeah, give it the middle finger. Tell it
Mm.
to shove it. You know.
It's like a dark entity. You just have to believe you're gonna get through it, regardless of their bullshit.
And then Allison. Also, do you want to go for like 15 more minutes?
Sure.
It's like a 2-hour stream.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Allison, thank you for the super chat. When I came home from my business trip today, I felt like a weird fog was in my place. Do you know what that was? It hasn't happened before. Have you been like struggling mentally lately? Like, have you been going through like a lot of like hard times and things? Because they make me feel like every time you go home and you like decompress, you're like dropping a bunch of the like trauma and like horrible things off, and that is like what that fog is. It feels like it's from you.
I feel like it's associated to other people in the like whatever the trauma is tied to those people.
Yeah.
Like you have like almost like I think it's called CPTSD, where you have a lot of like bad
complex.
experiences where you just have like flashbacks of horrible things happening over and over again. It feels like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can see the like memories in the fog.
Yeah, it just feels like I don't know, because they make me feel like when you like get home, you like take different measures to like I don't know, like let go of things and try to like make yourself feel better, but because it's still associated to like trauma that you carry and other people, that it's like lingering, if that makes sense. So I don't know if like you are someone who likes to like cleanse or like do anything like that, but I don't know if it will like fully help or get rid of that necessarily, but I feel like if you cleanse your space, like I don't think that it's something that's going to necessarily hurt you or cause like significant harm to you. I just feel like it's gonna like weigh down on you over time, if that makes sense, because it's just like a gross like storm cloud.
Yeah, it's like you need to disconnect from your everyday life and have more separation from like work and like home life.
Mm-hmm.
Because you take it with you everywhere. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah. You all right?
Yeah. I'm great. I'm fine. Yeah. I'm moving in 3 weeks. Got any advice spiritually or physically? Allison says, yeah, that makes sense. Yes, I do cleanse. My work has been very stressful. I'm thinking of changing my job. Makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. Are your coworkers right now like really fucking awful? Because I feel like it has a lot to do with your coworkers. Like,
yeah, I also feel like there's an authoritative man that keeps intersecting everything you do. Because that's one of the memories. There's some man's energy in that.
Also, Vivian, thank you for the super chat. Could y'all tell me if it was really my dad in my dream today? How can I communicate with my guide who helps me with my dreams? Also, why is there usually zombies or apocalypse theme? Listen, I get those dreams.
We think it's a sign and symbol for Riker.
Yeah.
Specifically Riker, because...
Yeah, like, zombie apocalypse, I only get, like, those specific types of dreams around at a certain time.
Like when, like, apocalyptic things happen?
Yeah, when things are, like, super fucking awful is, like, when I get those. Sorry, I'm gonna keep these here, so...
So, thanks for the troll, because I feel like
that.
it is a troll for us as well.
Yeah, because literally I'll just like wake up when I'm like really, really not okay. And like it's not like it's like a past life dream or anything like that. But it's like, I don't know, whenever I get this, I'll be like, I had another zombie apocalypse dream and I fucking hate it. So I think it's funny that we have the
Mhm.
same types of dreams. Makes me feel better.
Do you think that she was dreaming about her dad?
Yes. I think you were dreaming of him. I don't know if it was actually him in your dream.
Yeah,
That's the vibe I get from it.
I see this man that is like sort of quiet. He has like dark hair. That's pretty much straight. I feel like he wants to have facial hair, but he doesn't normally have facial hair. I don't know. But he's talking about how you needed like reassurance, or you were like asking him questions in your dream space. But that's why you were dreaming about him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You like needed something from him, so it wasn't
Mhm.
necessarily that you were like dreaming like he entered your dream space. You were dreaming of him to ask him things.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense, but it's very interesting.
How can I communicate with my guide who helps me in my dreams? Do you know if you astral project a lot?
Do you know if you're leaving your body while you sleep?
Do you know if like you do these things? Cause and if you don't know, it's totally okay.
I
just
didn't know until Riker was like, "Did you know I leave my body while I sleep and I don't remember?" And I was like,
because I don't know, but my dreams are usually trippy. I feel like you do.
they say, "I don't know, but my dreams are usually trippy."
Yeah, I feel like you do. What helped me with communicating with guides during like dreams and things was asking for like repetitive, like very specific repetitive things, and I want to be, and making sure that I know that I want to be lucid during those. So like I don't know if I've taught how much I've talked about it, but when I like am doing astral things, usually what triggers me knowing that I'm like astral projecting or lucid dreaming is there is like a tower that like I go to that is like very like deliberate. It has a very specific layout. Like I don't think I could build it in Sims because like it's still like astral is weird. Laws of physics don't work necessarily,
Yeah.
but I can imagine it. I know what it is, and it took a while for me to get to that point of like
Going back,
Going there.
realizing.
but like for me, Loki is the one who like I did the most like dream type work with, and it was very much like I needed things to be very loud and obvious, otherwise I wouldn't know that I was doing it. So I just asked for those like loud obvious signs and things that would like repeat in dreams. So even if it's just like a little like sliver of something that I remember, each time I would dream it, it would like get bigger and bigger, so I'd be able to do it, where now I like know, I just automatically know when I'm doing it while I'm doing it. If that makes sense. I don't know if that will help you with that.
Yeah, it helps tie things.
Yeah.
Fireworks.
Oh yeah.
It's 4th of July.
I forgot it's 4th of July. I was like,
What is the tapping noise above
what
our
is
house?
that? There's been the other tapping noise.
Dude,
Of our-
listen,
or, like,
last
pipes or
night was
something.
fucking rough. There has been this tapping noise in our
Our wall.
bedroom, and I literally laid there for like an hour and a half and absolutely lost my mind because it just. I don't think you can hear that because of the whatever that Riker has on their mic, but yeah. Also, while you're there, usually zombies or apocalypse themes.
That one I feel like is a little hard because at least for me, it's not a raccoon. It's too rhythmic to be a raccoon. Don't worry.
Oh no, there's a difference.
It's
promise.
very different.
I promise you.
If there was a
sounds
raccoon,
like water dropping, but it's not water because I checked all of that.
yeah.
So whatever.
But anyways,
it's literally just knocking.
The zombie, I don't know, because for me, zombies or apocalypse theme when I'm sleeping is a sign and symbol for like high times of stress or like a lot of like really fucked up shit about to happen, if that makes sense. So
I feel like your spirit guide says it's similar for you.
That's
'Cause
kind
I
of
was like,
that's kind
Are
of
we
what I
sure?
was feeling.
but I like asked him, I was like, but that's what Riker thinks. Am I just thinking that? And he was like, oh, no, it's the reason why there's dream interpretation and it works is because a lot of people associate the same signs
Yeah.
and symbols and dreams the same way.
Yeah. So like I don't remember necessarily the last time I had that dream, but I had it a lot like previously, and then I didn't have it for like have that dream for several years, and then the last year I started having it more, and every single time I would have that dream, a couple days later or like a week or so later, like things would like start changing, so it became my sign and symbol for like chaotic, stressful change and needing to like, I guess, kind of like play the survival game of like it's going to be fucking awful and you just need to like do your best to like push through it. That is for me, because I'm never like fighting or like I'm always just running and trying to survive. Yeah, same, it comes and goes, always running and knowing that the world has crumbled and just surviving. Yeah, that is what for me, that is how I kind of figured out that I was like that was a sign and symbol, because those dreams feel very different from like astral projection or lucid type dreamings. If that like that is, I'm still like trying to figure out how to describe the differences, how like they feel to me between like lucid dreaming, astral projection, and just like normal dreams. But usually for me, those dreams are specifically just dreams, and it's just a like sign and symbol for me. So I hope that helps.
Okay. Love you guys. Lives and videos. I've been rock bottom all year. Is there anything my spirit guides want to tell me? I feel lost.
I feel you. And it probably doesn't seem like it, but I feel you.
I feel like they're showing you the path, but you are resistant to take it because you are worried that it's gonna go away and you don't think there's a point. Because you have this green spirit guide. Because I feel like for a really long time you've been walking around in the dark and you're kind of annoyed with it. And he's like, here's the path, and you think it's a trap. So he's like, you're figuring it out. He wants to say you don't want it to work, so you are self-sabotaging. Does that make sense? Green spirit guides usually deal with like physical understanding. But he's like, the path is there. Like, it's time for you to start rebuilding things, but you think that it's pointless because you're like, you're just gonna knock it down again. Why should I even try?
Yeah.
So
also, yeah. Vivian, don't worry. We're planning on doing a podcast on like dreaming, astral projection, stuff like that. We have it.
Yeah, that's on the list.
We have a lot of podcast ideas.
Yeah. Rainy. So I have a question. I am having low tolerances with people, my family, coworkers, almost everyone. What is happening? Am I having an awakening?
I would say yes. And I feel like it's also, I don't know. I feel like you're being pushed to set boundaries with people, which is weird because like I keep like every time I talk to like other people's guides, they're always telling me about boundaries lately. Like that is like the theme of the month, and it's annoying.
It's annoying because your spirit guides bring people
I know
that you need in like that need to help you in the same way you're helping them, and it's annoying because half the time I'll do readings for people and I'm like, this is just me, this is not this person, and then they show up and I'm like, okay, this is what they've told me, and they're like, yeah, exactly, I'm going through that, and I'm like, but I'm going through that. Why are all of you people going through the same thing that I'm going through?
Yeah, but I don't know, because I feel like, I don't know, because I've been there where like everyone is like, I just feel like irritated with everybody, and usually it's because I'm supposed to like do the hard things that I don't want to do, so like I'm being triggered to be like upset and angry until I take action of doing that. And I feel like for you it's like setting boundaries, because I feel like it's more boundaries of like you need space, because I feel like it's more so everyone is constantly like coming at you for things, and you're just like, I need everyone to like get away from me, leave me the fuck alone, give me my space, and let me just have like room to breathe. That is what I like, the feeling that I get from you right now.
They show me a clock striking 12, and they say that you have been ignoring their bad behavior for a really long time, and now you're starting to realize that it's bad behavior, so you don't want to continue to put up with it, and you're not going to get to the next level or the next cycle of the clock if you're going to continue to just let it happen. You know, they're going to keep weighing you down, but it's very much, it's not happening right now because like there's something wrong with you. It's very much, you are a very patient person, and you've been letting it happen for a long time, that now it is time to decide if you want to continue doing that or if you want to level up. And boundaries is the way you're going to do that. So,
Yeah. Let me know if you have any more questions about that, but that's what I feel. Sorry. There's so many. No one give any more. Stop it. We're gonna go. So Candy, am I working with chaos? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Personally, because I'm talking to them, they are saying that you feel drawn to them like you are because of how your life is feeling right now. So you're looking for answers as to why things are that way, because things feel chaotic to you. So they're saying in your brain, you're thinking, oh, it's things are chaos right now. I must work with chaos. That's why it's like that.
Yeah.
But they say that that's, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like dog on you, because I know that every time you like ask us questions, we like air your shit out. So you can also tell me if you want me to like save this and I can DM you about it. But they just say that you're still not listening, and like,
Yeah.
like you're still refusing to like
It's all
slow.
good.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because I'm like, I don't want to like
Step on toes.
yeah, I don't want to like put you on blast necessarily, but because I'm asking, I was asking, it's like, does Candy work with you? And they're like, no. You want to, because that would be the easiest to answer.
Yeah, he said that he's not the type of energy you need right now.
Yeah, because while they deal with chaos, they are still very orderly in the chaos, which probably makes no sense.
Yeah.
But they're very like,
Is there a god that deals with decay?
I'm sure.
I feel like you deal with a god that deals with decay that's green, it's masculine. They have dark hair that's like long. They have a slimy feeling. But
Yeah, I would have to do more like,
yeah, that's why I was like, I'll mention it. Maybe you can like figure it out.
yeah, no, I don't know. I'll have to like, I'd have to like look more into it.
Yeah.
I don't have anything.
But Flippy, thank you for all the content. I'm curious to hear any particular insights or directions from my spirit guides.
That's the last one. After that.
Okay. You have an orange spirit guide. He's masculine presenting. I feel like you are working on a lot of like ambitious things. Orange spirit guides deal with outward creativity, so it is taking the things inside your head and expressing them outwardly. They make me feel like, I don't know if you feel stuck right now, but they make me feel like you have a lot of ideas of what you want to do for your future, that you feel stuck in choosing one and not being able to choose more than one. And they're like, that's the wrong way of thinking. It's not, I'm gonna try one thing and get stuck with it forever. You need to more approach it with, I'm gonna try this and see if it works out. And if I like this and I want more things like this, I'm going to go down this path. Or if I want this and a little bit of this other thing, I can add it together and it'll be more like paired towards me. Because I feel like a lot of people want to do things by the book and by societal's rules. And he's like, you're trying to figure out who you are in the life path era of ambition. So let me know if you have questions about that or if you feel like that.
And then Candy used her resub to say, Highwind has a question about their spirit guide. Thought I would highlight that for them. Thank you. And Highwind is asking to know what one of their spirit guides look like. And Flippy says, yes, thank you.
Sure.
I see a blue and orange spirit guide. So for me, blue deals a lot with like emotions and like honestly mostly just like emotions, and then orange does a lot with like outward expressions of things. So this spirit guide is very like, they kind of fluctuate back and forth between more masculine and feminine vibes to me. Because depending on where you're at emotionally depends on if they take on a more masculine or feminine role. But they're talking about like, or I guess you want to more what they look like. I can get into that too, but they're talking about how when you like your emotional state and your emotions are tied to your outward expression, but your outward expression is being limited by wanting like validation from other people in different aspects of your life. I'm not getting full into everything, just sorry, because I'm trying to wrap up with everything. But to me, they look like they're like very tall and thin and like slightly muscular, and they have on do you see them?
Yeah, I was gonna say he looks like Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, kind of, but a little bit more like feminine Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he has a feminine side to him.
Yeah.
I'm also talking to the more masculine side because he's very much, he flips.
Yeah.
So it's not like fluid, it's either I'm this or this.
Yeah. Exactly. So he's like very tall, pretty muscular, has like long hair that like it's like slicked back but comes down to like here, like shoulder length. I just see him in like a hoodie and jeans. Like he's very like plain looking, like looks
like
very like
Johnny
human.
Bravo.
Yeah, very, very Johnny Bravo. I didn't watch a lot of Johnny Bravo growing up. I know who he is, but
yeah, no, he like showed up and was like, "Whoo, ha, he," and I was like, "Where do I know that from?" And I was like, "Oh shit, Johnny Bravo," and he's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "I hate you."
But yeah, talking a lot about just your emotional state and the need for validation, and they are there to help you like learn to find the validation you need in yourself.
Yeah.
And validating your own emotions.
Can I give you an autistic fact about Johnny Bravo? He's actually 17. That's why he lives with his mom still. So he's an underage minor. I don't know if this is actually true, but I saw it on TikTok. But I was like, he's an underage minor, so that's why everybody's like, why are you just living with your men? Why aren't you hanging out with all girls? He's not 18 yet. He's a 17-year-old kid.
But we're gonna go for the night.
So, give you updates on things that are happening. Saturday, we're going to release a video. It's either going to be Saturday or Sunday because we have to like get approval for the video. So that's going to be the Conjuring vlog. So that's going to be the behind the scenes of our investigation. If you guys join memberships, you will get early access to merch. You should already have early access to our Etsy shop. If you are a part of the $50 tier or higher, you get early access. If you want early like sneak peek teasers of what our merch will look like, also join any tier level of members or Patreon. and you will be able to get the teaser images of like what we're going to post, because that will go live the next Saturday. So when we do our reaction video, our live reaction video, we will come back on here and be like, guess what we just released. So that will happen in
I should show them one more before we go.
You want to see one more?
Yeah, you do guys want to see one more piece of merch?
How many
before we
likes
go?
do we got here? We gotta push that
We
up
have 54.
there. We have 54 likes.
60.
60 likes. You gotta get 6 more likes.
Yeah, if you guys do 6 more likes, I'll show you one more piece of merch. Just because I'm
more sneak
excited.
peek of merch.
I'm excited. Which one should I show them? Should I show them this one? We can do that one.
I feel
We
like
could
do a
do
meddling
this.
medium.
Meddling mediums one. That's
So-
kind of what I was thinking. We could do. I don't know.
I feel like go up. Either do the hoodie or the first shirt.
Four
Okay.
more.
We got 56 likes. We have 4 more. Like the stream. Listen to Vanessa.
Like it.
Like it.
3 more. We're at 57. And then you got. Do you guys want to see another hoodie or do you want to see a T-shirt?
You want to see hoodie or t-shirt? Let us know in the chat.
Listen to me. You got to use your big girl voice.
Yeah, Vanessa moving in, what you said, 3 weeks?
Yeah. Move.
I know I read your question and then didn't answer it.
She can call us. It's fine. 2 more.
Go like the stream. Do it now.
Yeah, see, that's the big girl voice you need.
Do it now.
And people coming into it. I liked it. I liked it so much.
I liked it so much. There's 39 of you people in here. Don't you want to see more merch? If not, we'll just leave.
Yeah, I mean, we can just go.
We can
It's
just
fine.
leave.
It's
Go
whatever.
watch whoever's shooting off fireworks in our next door yard or
Yeah,
something.
sounds like they're shooting them off in our kitchen.
Above our house.
It's like the stream.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's 59
59.
likes. One more.
I'm hyperventilating.
You guys want a t-shirt or a hoodie?
hoodie.
What choices do you want? What do you want to see? You want to see another hoodie or a t-shirt? I say we show them a t-shirt because didn't you show them a hoodie?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's show them a t-shirt. Don't make me come over there and hit the like button
Listen,
for
go and
you.
use other accounts if you have
T-shirt.
to. Multiple accounts.
It's just like
I feel like I'm in an interrogation room for something I've already confessed to. Do it.
do it. I'm gonna go like the stream because I
I mean,
can't
can,
handle it.
I can just even. I can just do it. It's fine.
I liked
It's
it.
there. We're at
It's at
60.
60.
You were the one who didn't like it.
I liked it.
So we're gonna show them the shirt.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Are you guys ready for this? No one ever died from ghost hunting.
T-shirt.
T-shirt. Look at this T-shirt. Look at how nice it is. It has a nice little cross on the front. It has little meddling mediums on the sleeve. Look at that. And it says, "No one ever died from ghost hunting."
Born ready. Saw, dude. What's
This
up?
is one of our
It comes in
shirts.
white too.
What if I just
guess.
accidentally clicked this?
No, don't hit the white one though.
Oh yeah, and it also comes in white.
Comes in white.
Comes in black and white.
Comes in black and white.
No one ever died from ghost hunting.
No one's ever died from ghost hunting. It looks pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, it's simple, but it's cool. This
Yeah.
was the first design we added.
Yeah,
To
we're
the
going
store.
to add more for meddling mediums, and then it's gonna go on early access on
Yeah.
Saturday. Also, don't look at the prices. I don't know if those will change.
Yeah, we're probably gonna change the prices. This is the automatic prices that we're doing, but we're going and lowering them.
Yeah, we're changing.
So they're more, because I don't think $32 for this T-shirt is appropriate personally. I think it should be less, so we're gonna lower the prices.
Yeah,
but
so the prices might change. But we're going to release them to the public
next Saturday.
Yeah, what's the date? The 13th.
I wish it was Friday the 13th.
I
That would have
know.
been great.
If it was Friday the 13th, I would have already had it in the barrel or whatever.
True.
So,
And pricing is subject to change. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yeah.
That was a great one.
So,
We'll see y'all
see you
next
later.
week.
Get ready for merch.
Merch and candles.
Candles will be released to the public on Monday. So
Yeah.
look out for those.
But have a good night. Thank you all so much. We'll see you guys next time.
Okay,
Goodbye.
bye.